You're live.
What's up, you basket of absolute deplorables? I gave a whole spiel a second ago, not knowing that we were actually recording. So now I'll just say, "What's up, fuckers?" And if you find this somewhere, despite me and Grant's best efforts to bury this,
Absolutely.
congratulations. This is our first episode of the Brackish Bandits podcast.
Yeah, first episode. Yeah, if you find this, man, you are a fucking creep because, dude, this is
Don't
going to
touch
be.
grass.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Jesus Christ. Oh, well.
How would you describe us, Grant?
I'd say we're right leaning, younger gentlemen, making our way through a very hard time for people that are right leaning younger gentlemen. That's how I would describe us.
I'd say we're just a couple of cis white males, you know,
Yeah.
in a not so cis and not so white leaning world, you know. But yeah, just a couple of Florida idiots, just giving our thoughts on what we think's going on, you know. So whoever decides to listen to this, welcome.
Yeah, welcome, man. Hopefully you share some similar opinions. If not, you can go check us out on Kick. We do this live, or we're planning on doing this live, as well as YouTube. You can join and harass us if that's what you're into. If you like trolling, we'll entertain it. We're very immature.
We will absolutely entertain any trolling. I'm looking for all the ginger slams coming my way.
Gingers, there's gonna be some body shaming as well, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Like two fat guys, just chopping it up, dude. Just chopping it up. Yeah. Well,
so, what's up, man? What's been going on in your world, Grant?
nothing good. Nothing good, man. You know.
Yeah, that's dwindling, isn't it?
Really scary, just scary times, man. It's wild to me that we're watching these debates, and like, I swear to God, it just feels like everybody's completely forgotten about the friggin', 4 years prior to the Biden fucking Harris administration. And I don't want to get super, I know we don't want to be like super serious, but like, dude, what the fuck, man? Like, they just take everything at face value. Kamala goes, "Oh, the economy was terrible in 2020 when we took it over." Was it?
Yeah.
Was it really?
I mean, despite everything that happened, we were still better off than we are right now, which is pretty incredible to me. So
Absolutely.
that being said, yeah, I can't imagine what's going through the average person's head, because I used to think that me and you were just average people. Do you know what I mean? Like, that just had like the average opinion. And I know a lot of what you see on TV is like hyperbolized, like meant to make people lean in the left direction. But like, really, I mean, even people we know that you would think are conservative leaning are really genuinely giving this thought towards Kamala. And it's like, what the fuck happened to everybody? Like, really, you don't have to be a super Trumper to realize that everything that's going on with politics as far as like the left side is actual insanity. Like, you cannot justify it to me. And I'm not a smart guy. I didn't go get a college education in politics and understand the whole like geopolitical atmosphere. I'm just an average fucking guy who gets up and goes to work in the morning, tries to take care of my family. What the fuck is going on? That's the greatest question for me out of all of this. Has actually everybody lost their mind, or does it just seem that way?
Dude, if you told me when I was like
Hard to weed through
18 that we were going to be having serious discussions about 12-year-olds getting sex change operations by 2020, what was it, really, 2020, 2021, 2022, I would tell you you're fucking batshit crazy. Like, there's no way in a million years you could have told me that, and I would have been like, yeah, man, that sounds like a plausible. And that's what I really don't get, is this shit just came out of nowhere. Like, this hard push, and they're acting like, oh, this has been a thing for decades. No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't.
No.
We've not been talking about this ever in the history of man. What are we doing?
No.
And like you said, it's just like the normal people that you would think are like, oh, that's fucking crazy. They're like, oh, I could kind of get behind this. It's like, what?
I swear to God, it is. I mean, I know I've heard the term woke mind virus. It is. Like, it's I swear to God, I'm watching more and more people get infected by it every day. And it is, again, I keep coming back to the word insanity because it's like literally the definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result.
It's getting
We've
really,
been doing this over and over and over again.
yeah.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah,
And we keep coming back to the same thing. It's like
the last like 2 or 3 elections is exactly that's exactly what it feels like. It's just the same fucking thing. I really would like to see the 2-party system kind of eat itself at some point, but
I agree.
that's neither here nor there. But
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely, obviously, from the tone in which we're talking, obviously we're Trump supporters. We want Trump to do well. We want the country to do well. But 100%, I would not classify myself as like a hardline, like Republican. You know what I mean?
I'd say both of us would be considered libertarians. I hate big government. I think it's terrible. If I have to choose between Kamala Harris and fucking, Trump, it's not even a question. It's a no-brainer.
No, absolutely no brainer. And I genuinely believe, a lot of people get hung up on the Trump thing too. It's not like, obviously we love the Trump memes. We love the Trump energy.
So funny, dude.
You know what I mean?
So funny.
But
I'm gonna come.
But it's not even like that. Oh, well, just Trump. Since Trump hit the scene, now we're just activated. We're all in for Trump. Anything he does is great. Obviously, again, we're looking at this from like a kind of third party view. Is like, well, he is the lesser of two evils. But I do genuinely believe that he's somebody who's trying to help. Like, again, you have to ask yourself, you have to stand back from the situation and say, who the fuck in their right mind, and again, okay, call them crazy, who would put themselves through all of this to this point? There's been zero positives for him.
Dude got his ear blown off.
I mean, come on. He got shot at. He's looking now at like people trying to throw him in jail. He's lost money. He's one of the only presidents who, after leaving office, has only continued to lose money. There's no incentive. There's no incentive. You really do have to stop and ask yourself that. All the memes aside, yes, they're eating the pets, Grant. They're eating the pets. Let them eat the pets. They're hungry,
Dude, that's fucking wild. That's fucking wild.
That killed me. I was like, come on.
Well, what's rough, man, is like
It's be true, but it's like, come on.
Don't bring that up here. There's a time and place,
do
man.
That right now.
Wait till you get back to the Trump penthouse with your boys. You're smoking some cigars. Be like, this. You hear about these fucking Haitian dudes, dude? Man, they're fucking crazy.
They're goddamn pets.
Yeah, that wasn't great. But what's really scary is people acted like he was crazy for saying that. I kid you not. I've seen so many videos on Instagram and YouTube, and it could be just hearsay, but like, dude, I'm talking, I've seen at least 10 or 15 different people give a very similar story. Not necessarily eating cats, but like even the shit, and I want to say one for sure was Central Park, and I think another one was some other park in Colorado, but like there was literally immigrants coming and eating like the ducks. Like they would come grab the ducks out of the pond.
Out of the ponds. Yeah, I actually did see multiple news stories about that it was like, no, this actually is a couple. There's actually been more than a few incidences of like police being called and like situations of people going to the news and saying, hey man, they're grabbing pets out of the goddamn neighborhood and eating these things. Again, it was a time and place thing. It's like that one specifically, like he may have even gotten away with that with the Biden one. With him and Biden, just because Biden just didn't make any fucking sense. So anybody talking clearly, at all would have been refreshing. But like, I do feel like he needed to come in with his A game. And like the first half was rough, definitely, of the debate. First half was rough. He seemed like he was just kind of going off the cuff and riffing, which again, with Biden works. It's great. You know what I mean? Because at that point, you just had to let him talk enough for the world to see. For the world to see that he's not there. Biden's not home. He's not, you know what I mean? Biden's not in control. Biden has no idea what's going on.
Wild that was the first time I've ever seen the liberals actually kind of not rally around him. Like during COVID, he had slips like that all the time. Or, during like the 2019, 2020, he had stupid slips like that all the time. Sounded like an idiot. Jabbered on. Didn't make any sense. And they kept making excuses about it. Oh, they cut that a certain way to make him look stupid. Oh, yeah, he's always kind of jumbled his words. Oh, this, oh, that. And then, like, dude, after that debate, they're like, no, fuck that. Like, he's incoherent, which he has been the whole time, right?
The whole time.
And then,
I mean, they've just glossed right over it the whole
for
time.
whatever reason, them getting a fucking flashback of, Trump just beating the shit out of Hillary on stage in front of national television just really, really got them uptight. They're like, yeah, we gotta get this guy the fuck out of here. Let's get the lady who was a fucking lawyer, right? Let's get her involved.
I mean, I think she's almost as much of an incoherent idiot as he is. I think she's just able to rehearse her lines. And that, I mean, think about it. She didn't answer a single question. She didn't, like, deviate or give any kind of, like, off-the-cuff information or real thoughts. It was all just, like...
Oh, she just read a
like,
script.
tight talking points. Yeah. And a rehearsed script. And it... Unfortunately, that seemed to work. Like, again, we're not cooking with peanut oil here, Grant. These people that support her are not at the top end of the IQ spectrum. They just need someone to talk clearly, and they're like, wow, she's amazing.
What do you mean, man? The majority of them went to college. They got college educations.
Which is also amazing to me, because I always thought that the idea of higher education was to essentially formulate your own thoughts, right? And it seems to me now, the free thinkers, at least in our world, again, we're not in the political spectrum. We don't talk to these commentators and people like that. I'm sure they're all very smart and can talk very well. But, the field we're in, I'll say, when you talk to people, it seems like the people now that have the most sense are not the smart, definitely not the most educated people. You know what I mean? Definitely not college graduates and, like, people who went to school for this kind of stuff. It's like they're all pretending to be dumb. And that's what bothers me the most. Because when you look at a politician or somebody who's gotten to that, like, extreme height of success in their career, of being in and around the White House and, Congress and the Senate, they're not fucking stupid. They're not stupid people. These people on CNN that get there, that are these journalists that come on every night, the talking heads, they're not fucking stupid. So why are they all pretending to be? That is what drives me nuts. Why? What is there that they're all just going along with this? It's not like they can... I mean, again, I don't know. It's not like they can threaten everybody.
It's to make the commoners feel at home,
Like, we think the same as you. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, but again, they're controlling the narrative. It's not even like... The people didn't ask for Kamala. She didn't even make it past the fucking primaries.
Yeah, she's just there. She's just there.
No one wanted her.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden everybody loves her? What the fuck? And who actually liked Biden? He was a shit show when he ran.
His name
with Biden was
his name being attached to Obama is solely what got him elected. Which is wild because Obama I don't think was horrible. But, like, what did he do?
That and a few 100,000 mail-in ballots, you know what I'm saying? But, we won't go that hard.
Let's not talk about that.
I don't know.
I love that people just swear that it's impossible. It's impossible for someone to take an election from the U.S. people. It's inconceivable. It's not even a thing. We do it all the time. We do it in other countries all the time. It's literally the exact same technology that we use. And they do it all the time.
Yeah, I forget the company name too, but it's the same ones we use over in those.
Yeah.
I'll quote my boy Trump, those shithole countries, when we topple those and put in democratic government. It's the same exact company. It's the same exact ballot readers or whatever. Again,
it's crazy.
The name is forgetting me.
I don't know how I can't remember it because you heard about it so much during.
I know it was all the talk during the last one. Yeah. We've just been inundated with so much more shit since then. I mean, literally so much has happened since then. It is crazy. It feels longer than 4 years. It really does.
Oh, God. It feels like a decade ago. It's crazy.
It's been a rough 4 years, dude. Just nonstop. And again, man, I love my country. I'm a patriot. I'm patriotic. I'm fucking USA over everything. And it's tough. Like, they're making it tough, dude, with the Afghanistan thing. and just constantly being looked at as like weak and stumbling. I'm super over it. Like it is again, I'll always love my country, but dude, what government do we have left, man? Like these are all just self-serving fucking snakes. Really.
I was worried about us kind of, falling off. And then the war broke out with Russia and Ukraine. I felt a lot better about our current status. I was like, "Oh, these guys aren't so tough. They can't take fucking Ukraine." You know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a I have my opinions about that too. That's a convoluted issue for me. I don't know. I don't know. I've always thought of Russia and like pictured them as like a much more powerful thing, but I don't know if this is a good example either. Because like at the end of the day, they're not trying to wipe Ukraine off the map. They're trying to
Oh yeah, they're trying to take the land. They want the land.
right. They're trying yeah, exactly. They're trying to draw a line in the sand of at least, eastern Ukraine. And it is because of the NATO thing.
Yeah.
It is 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, we're past this. I'm tired of the old like worn out shit of Russia's just a bully and decided to bully Ukraine for absolutely no reason.
We try to make a military strategic positioning on them, and they did not fucking
On
like
them.
that. Mind you, right? Ukraine's not a part of the NATO. We really have
And
no
they want to
stake.
be.
They want to be, but they have no stake. We have no stake in all of that. It's just
It is
crazy.
very weird that we're as involved as we are.
And why are
It
we
is
why
weird.
are we in NATO? I don't fucking understand that. And like you said, we're just two idiots. Whatever. My opinion doesn't mean shit. But like, no one else is bringing anything to the
Well,
goddamn table. We're just wiping everybody's
no.
ass.
I mean, the last time that we had any kind of standing was when Trump was in there, and people again exploit that, and they're like, "Oh, well, he was going to say he was going to try to get us to leave NATO." It's not. It was a negotiation. It's political negotiations. I don't pretend to understand the ins and outs of it, but it's not as simple as we're going to leave if you don't do exactly what we say. We're paying for all these people all the time, and I say we as the American taxpayer. We are paying for these people all the time. All their defense budgets are subsidized basically by the U.S.
Yeah.
We pay large portions of their defense budgets. Why are we doing that again? Why? Germany, all these European countries, they have the fucking European Union. They're all unionized under one currency together and their political standings. They can't take care of each other? They're worse off than we are? 37 trillion fucking dollars in debt now? They're worse off? Get the fuck out of here. Take care of your own shit. You know what I mean? Put in your equal share or don't be in it. If you can't afford to be in it, don't be in it. Go out on your own.
That's my thing.
We'll still send you hundreds of billions of dollars if somebody attacks you anyway. Case in point, NATO. So don't worry about it. Fucking hey, dude.
Well, no, seriously, what is the point of NATO? Like you said, if we're going to give money to Ukraine and we have nothing to do with them.
Nothing to do.
It would have been the equivalent to, someone fucking, I don't know, invading any other shithole country that we have no involvement in,
I just don't know why, since essentially the war ended, World War II ended, we have been at opposite ends with Russia this entire time. Nothing has ever actually popped off, thank God, right? Because again, realize we're talking about a nuclear power. We're talking about someone who has almost as many nuclear warheads as we do, which it only takes a few to fuck up the entire world. It's a scary
forever.
subject. Actually, I was going to say to you, a guy we know, CP, I would love to get him on here at some point. He's read like 3 or 4 books about this whole nuclear stuff, so I won't go into it. But, I'll save it for when he gets on here. But dude, it'll creep you the fuck out. Like when he starts talking about how close we are at any moment to like all out fucking like Fallout shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's like, isn't it
crazy?
Well, from what I've understood,
You lose sleep at night.
it's like it's almost an automated ordeal where if one country sets off one nuke, they're immediately smoked off the face of the planet.
Yep, and then everyone's smoked.
Yeah,
because everybody's shit goes off. Yeah, it's crazy. I'll have him explain it to you, but it's like wild. And then when you think about that right this moment, the person in charge, the person to make the ultimate final call of if we launch nukes back or if we preemptively launch nukes is Biden. The guy whose greatest adversary during all of this has been stairs. or any kind of ledge or platform, that's the guy. Like for real. Like it's for real. Like it's
That's not real
that's
though.
our guy.
That's not
You're gonna
real,
wake
though.
him up in the middle of the night and say, "Mr. President,
Dude.
you have 6 minutes to make this world-ending decision."
He
Go.
hasn't,
Like,
dude.
what the fuck?
There's no way he's been running anything. There's no way. Especially the last 2 years. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
But again, the fact that we don't even know the names of the people that are actually pulling the strings and making the real decisions right now is even scarier. It's even scarier than thinking that the old man's in charge.
Yeah.
There's no face, there's no name, and with that comes no accountability.
Yep.
Whatever decision gets made to a guy who's going to die in probably the next 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic here. I don't see him
if
lasting
not
much longer.
the next 7 months. I would not be surprised the second he's out of office. Whoever wins ends up, getting inaugurated. They'll do probably the whole exchange of power thing. Biden and his wife will be walking. They probably won't even do it if Trump wins. But I guarantee. I would not. I shouldn't say guarantee. I would not be surprised at all. Like 2 or 3 weeks later, Joe Biden dies in his sleep from natural causes.
Yeah. Like they did with that Judge Scalia a while back. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Scalia. That name's crazy.
Scalia. SC Scalia. Yeah, well, he was a judge, a Supreme Court judge. Then he just randomly, on vacation at his Texas ranch, just suffocated in his sleep. No major health problems. Suffocated in his sleep, no big deal.
Maybe he had sleep apnea.
There was like a major thing going on. They were trying to pass some kind of gun legislation, and they were like waiting on the final ruling for it or something. Again, I don't want to overspeak it, and Jamie's typing skills probably aren't that sharp right now, but it was pretty fucking wild. So I could definitely see. Let's not play games, people. They do that shit all the time. Are you telling me that these people actually shoot themselves in the head twice? Like political assassinations, keeping it on the low, where they killed themselves, or they died from some mysterious fucking illness in the middle of the night that they were perfectly healthy the day before. I'm not buying it. Not buying it at all. They do it all the time. I mean, yeah, shit, there was that conspiracy that I don't believe it, but there were, rumors that Biden was already dead, that they just put like a lookalike in there. That's why he's like not around, not speaking. It is weird. He just dipped. I'm not saying that is what happened, but it is weird that since he endorsed Kamala, the DNC,
you've seen almost nothing of him. The only thing that I've seen is him putting on a Biden or a Trump hat at some rally in Pennsylvania that he went to, or he went to meet with farmers and they were all wearing Trump hats and he put one on. God, he's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what though? I mean that humanizes him a little bit to me. He's at least keeping a sense of humor about the whole thing, I'm sure his advisors and everybody on the
freaking
Democrat
out.
side was freaking out.
Dude!
God damn it. Where was this fucking handler?
Someone's got to wrangle this retard. Oh, you can't keep dealing with this shit. God damn it. They're going to fire me like that fucking bitch from the Secret Service. Son of a bitch.
Oh, my God. Imagine being his personal detail. That has got to be so stressful, dude. You're not only trying to protect this guy from bullets, you're trying to protect him from himself. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to... They not only go and case out joints for, like, potential snipers and stuff like that, but now they have to go, okay, how many stairs is on that set there? Yeah, it's a 5-stair. We can't do it.
We got to put a handrail on there. We got to get a handrail on there ASAP. It's stupid, dude. But, like, that's my thing, man. People shit on Trump, say he's old, too. Motherfucker plays golf. Oh, and that's the other thing. They hate that he plays golf. But, dude, let me tell you what.
All of the presidents play golf.
Well,
every single one. Since, like, probably the early 1800s.
Dude, it's not easy to go play 18 holes carrying your fucking bag. It's not fucking easy. It's hot as fuck wherever you're playing. Yeah. It's fucking miserable. I hate golfing in Florida. We live in Florida, and there's golf courses everywhere. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, the only time for me is the winter, and even at that, I'm terrible. But, I'll still go with you, though. We should go. I'm telling you, I think you'd be good, dude. You're a tall guy. You got those long arms.
Dude,
you got that pendulum.
Baseball fucked my chances of playing golf up. Really ruined the natural swing. But
because you'll always try to
have a fucking dip in there, try to get under
dude.
it, fucking miss
Happy
the first
Gilmore,
6
that
swings.
bad boy, dude. Get a fucking step into that, dude.
Dude, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll try
Be
that.
entertaining.
I'm gonna do that at Top Golf and fall off the fucking third deck, dude. Just that net's not holding me, dude.
No, just fall right in front of some nice family trying to enjoy their afternoon.
Just traumatize their kid, dude. Oh god. But where I was going with that? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, yeah, that's a good. Golfing is not the most athletic sport you can play, but it is not. It ain't fucking sitting down all day or going to sleep at 4 p.m.
Dude's not tripping up, going up the fucking flight of stairs, to give a speech or to Air Force One.
Trump is long-winded, and that makes people think that he's like not as like elusive as he should be. It's not. He just like that's why I really like that he's been going on these podcasts lately, because it actually gives him a chance. He's not good in the short term, like where they're trying to get sound bites, quick, like 30 to 45 seconds. He's not good at that. He's got to circle all the way around to make his point. And when you let him do that, you're actually like, okay, yeah, that actually does make sense. Like that actually is a good point.
I think part of that's a sign of him caring. I mean, the guy's emotional. Yeah. The guy cares. I mean, fucking Kamala is up there. She just sounds like a fucking, a robot. And then, at the very end of whatever she's saying, bashing Trump, she's like, gotcha. It's like, to me, that's just very cocksuckerish. I don't look at that and be like, wow, she's great. Oh man, she's witty. It's like, no, she's a dick. Like this isn't the timer.
She's
like
fooling you.
Trump was trying to be nice at first, it seemed like, and then it just fucking kept going downhill.
He did zing her pretty good. When he was talking, I forget what he was saying about her.
And she interrupted
She was
him.
like trying to rebut. Well, she was trying to, but the mics were muted, and he stopped. He goes, I'm talking now. Did it sound familiar? Like, oof.
Yeah.
Because she had that debate with Pence where she was real cunty. She's just bashing Pence.
Dude,
and he's like, well, hold on. You don't say that. And she's like, oh, excuse me. I'm talking now. A black woman is speaking. You'll be silent. Okay, dude.
Dude, Pence.
But he got her back.
Pence fucking dominated that bitch, and Pence was a pussy. I mean, that's the truth of it. I didn't think he was a bad guy, but he was very timid.
He's a politician.
Yeah.
He's a politician. At the end of the day, they all act tough. They all do this. That's what I mean about it, is like, Trump is not a politician. And I know that's kind of worn out by this point. Like, that was kind of the major thing with his first run. But he's still not. Like, he doesn't play the political games. He doesn't make the tight-knit sound bites. He's not interested in, like, specifically the camera time of, like, okay, I have to say this specific thing here. He just goes, and he cares about what he's talking about, and that does come out. The guy got shot in the fucking ear. Also, that I'm kind of ping-ponging here, and I apologize about that, but I did want to bring that up. I've seen some close-up pictures. Where's the scar? Where's the scar, Grant?
Dude, the guy's a billionaire. You don't think he could get a fucking top-notch fucking
dude,
plastic surgeon to suture that bitch?
Maybe. That is possible. But you tell me right now.
Dude,
especially a guy like Trump.
Fucked up, dude. If I got shot in the ear and I was in his position, I would have had them cut half my fucking ear off.
Gouge that fucking thing off.
Yeah.
Dude. Cut the rest of the top off. I want the world to see it.
And during the debate, my head would be like this the whole fucking time.
Look what I've done for you people, huh?
I'd be looking over at Kamala. Really, bitch? Really?
Yeah. Always position yourself no matter what. It's like, this is my good side now. Yeah. For real though. I mean, I would I would constantly have that out there as like a, hey man, I'm in it. Dude, I'm in it. I don't see the rest of them getting shot at. I'm the only one out here getting shot at.
You want to talk about fucked up the shit that people were saying all over Twitter about like, oh, I can't believe the guy fucking missed. Oh, the world would be such a better place if he just fucking shot him in the head. How do you miss that shot? Dude, people are terrible. Specifically, liberal people. They're terrible. They're horrible human beings. They have no fucking remorse for anything. I would never wish that on fucking... I don't want Biden to die. I'm just saying I don't think he's going to live very long. And whatever they're doing, they're not keeping him alive for much longer. You know, I wouldn't wish that on
agree.
Kamala. I wouldn't like you go to a debate and she gets killed. Like that'd be terrible. Oh my god.
I mean, from the start, even from his first run, there was people making constant death threats. There was
Oh
that
my
one
god.
comedian,
Kathy Lee Griffin.
Yeah, she got in trouble for the whole like holding his severed head. Like,
there's something wrong with that. What happened to freedom of speech?
can you imagine? Can you imagine for a second a right-leaning person? We are so fucking scrutinized, and I say we. You know what I mean? Like Ben Shapiro, for instance. Somebody like Ben Shapiro, who's called a far-right guy, very conservative, always on the conservative talk shows and everything. Can you imagine if he made a video of him holding Kamala's severed head? They would be freaking the fuck out. They literally would try to charge him. Like, think about that.
You're talking about the same people who freaked out over Taylor Swift, AOC, and I'm pretty sure Kamala Harris too. There was a bunch of people doing like AI porn of them. And they freaked the fuck out over that, dude. Like, this is terrible. This is the worst thing. What do you mean? That's not even that bad. Fucking go back to Kathy Lee Griffin, like we just said. A severed head. Could you? Oh my god!
But again,
it looked real.
We've got a
very
past.
good.
It did, yeah. We've got a past president who is now in the middle of multiple court cases. One of which being, which I think is the most ridiculous, essentially insurrection, like trying to overthrow the government. And that hasn't even been thrown out yet. Like, I'm sure, hopefully it will be. But it had enough evidence. A judge looked at it and said, yeah, I'll try this. Yes, we'll take this to court. For insurrection, because he didn't immediately, I don't even know what they expect. He didn't immediately go out on a podium and say, everybody please stop. Would that have stopped it? If he had tweeted earlier, would that have stopped it?
Dude.
That had nothing to do with anything. He never said to do anything violent whatsoever. Yet here he is in the middle of a court case, right? Right? But then on the other side, that's not inciting violence? By insinuating that he should be dead or that you want him dead? Right? All the people that had funny chuckle bullshit to say, oh, he shouldn't, I wish he didn't miss. That's not inciting. I mean, again, no, I don't think it's inciting violence. But for their standard of what they'll charge someone with or what they'll actually try to go after someone with, it's totally...
It's minuscule. It's a witch hunt. Yeah. It's a witch hunt. It's terrible.
And it sucks.
I can tell you this right now. People want to keep talking about January 6th. I'm trying to see if I could find a statistic for it, and I'm sure you won't. I'm sure no one will want to release the statistics on this. I will bet every cent that I'm worth, and it's not a whole lot, that fucking more people died during the George Floyd riots in that whole 2019 summer, not even fucking close, than January 6th. I guarantee it. It was one of the actual people who stormed. It was the woman who got shot.
Oh. Ashley Babbitt, I believe.
Yes,
I believe that was
Ashley's was definitely her name.
All right, cool. One person.
Yep.
One person on the side of the people that were going into the White House or wherever the hell they were at, the Capitol building. That one person. And then they said one of the security guards died of like a heart attack or some kind of like pulmonary thing.
You probably shouldn't be a security guard for the Capitol if you're having a fucking heart attack when people storm the building. Throwing that out there.
Even if the immense amount of stress just got to him or whatever, he didn't go to the hospital with like being bludgeoned. Because again, one of their major talking points is like, oh well, this was, you know, the cops got beat up, they got beat really bad, and multiple police were hospitalized. Where are those clips? I haven't seen any of them. They may exist, but I haven't seen any of them. I don't think they did a good enough job of putting those out there to convince me that this was some kind of violent attempted overthrow of the government.
So
it's bullshit.
This is pretty wild, and I don't care who you are, what side you're on. You can't even tell me. I've talked about this with friends who are liberal, and they are very liberal, hate Trump. This is strange. So 4 officers who responded to the Capitol attacks all died by suicide within the next 2 to 3 months after that happened.
Oh.
How does that How does that work? And one of them tried to spin it. They were like, oh, well, they probably like felt real bad and like, maybe they were Republican or, whatever. And they, realized essentially that, the country's fucked and you guys are fucked up and all. And I was like, what?
They killed themselves. They're saying they killed themselves from guilt, essentially?
From guilt or like, I don't even know. Shame, I guess. I don't know, man. But it's like, number one, let's use the word, Austin, together. That's retarded. That's retarded. That's retarded. Trying to jump into someone's brain and try to say, oh, well, this is probably why they killed themselves in the first place is stupid, because you'll never know. You'll never know why people do the things they do. But 4 of them, that's a lot.
4.
That quickly.
One or two would be weirdly coincidental.
Yes.
4
is like, that's a lot. 1 would even be like, a guy might have just been depressed. Whatever. 2, like you said, coincidental.
Let me ask you this, Grant. Who's believing that? Who's actually out there reading that story, believing that? I would love, I honestly, and I know we've kind of talked about this. We've, bounced around a lot of ideas about the potential for this stuff. I would love to get someone on here that actually believes these ridiculous things, these ridiculous talking points. 4 security guards, Capitol Police, whatever they were, killed themselves after those events because they felt guilty or shameful. About what? About what? That people got into the Capitol building and kind of made a mess? What? None of the police officers from the whole George Floyd thing in Chicago killed themselves after half a city block was burnt the fuck down. You know what I mean? Or was it Minnesota?
Minneapolis.
But, yeah, Minneapolis. Yeah. Fucking, literally burning buildings, millions and I'm pretty sure hundreds of millions of dollars.
Were the damage? Yeah.
Multiple people dead. I'm sorry. I just don't buy it, man. And that's what I'm saying. That's like the weird thing to me about all of this. It's the weird thing with like the straight, unrelenting attack on Trump. Every fucking thing he does, everything he says. Is it really that serious? Is he really the end of democracy? You know what I mean?
Oh
really?
My God.
But again, it's like, who is believing that? Who's seeing him? Who's seeing him? He was the president. He was already the president. I got it. Like, it made more sense in 2016 when they were like, "This guy will end the fucking world. He'll get us into World War III. He'll blow up the whole world." Okay, he already was. Everything was fine. If you can somehow in your fucking pea brain justify him being responsible for COVID, then I would say most liberals don't even agree with you at that point. But again, the worst thing to happen in his presidency was COVID, which had nothing to fucking do with him. When he said he wanted to shut down the borders, especially from places like China, because that's where the fucking virus came from. They called him a racist.
They called him a fought him tooth and fucking nail.
You're a xenophobe or whatever they held that.
Xenophobe. Yep.
Xenophobe. You don't like foreign people. You're a bad person. You're racist. And then now, 4 years later, the criticism is, well, you didn't do enough. You didn't shut down the borders quick enough.
You opened up everything. You opened up everything immediately, way too soon, which was a state decision. That's why California still stayed in lockdown for like a whole year. And that's why everybody left. That's why people left New York. That's why they're here. That's why they're here in Florida, ruining everything. They're like fucking locusts.
Go home.
God, dude.
Yes, they really are, man. They just latch onto everything and just disintegrate it.
Honestly, man, I think I would prefer the Haitians eating ducks, man. Hey, guys, we got a lot of ducks, man. You want to come fucking eat ducks? Come fucking move down to Punta Gorda, Florida, dude. Come eat all the goddamn ducks.
Lots of stray cats here. You guys have at it.
Go crazy.
Helping us out. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's again, the world didn't blow up. Everything was fine. You're really lying to yourself. Like, genuinely really lying to yourself if you're saying the economy wasn't better. And again, you can blame the bad economy on COVID. That excuse actually works, right? It does. It does. It's harder to argue that our economy and inflation is at where it's at right now because of COVID than to say it was Trump's fault. That's, if you're actually lying to yourself saying that it's somehow Trump's fault that the economy is bad 4 years later, He's been out for 4 years. Here in a couple months, exactly 4 years. Again, if you blamed it on COVID, okay, I could see it. It'd be a shitty excuse because it's not true, but okay, fine.
Dude.
But to blame it on him is wild to me. And again, I'll say the catchphrase, who's believing this shit? Who's believing it?
I can almost to a T tell exactly what caused this rapid inflation. It would take a long time. And I would even say it's not all Kamala and fucking Biden's doing. It really wasn't. A lot of it didn't help. Their policies didn't help. They caused, rapid inflation in gas. Oh my fucking God. When they shut down the pipeline, and then on top of that, the fucking what was going on? Some hacker fucking took over one of the major carriers and blocked a whole like major transport where we get a lot of our fuel. That fucked it up too. But dude, to shut down the main pipeline that was going to supply our country between Canada and the U.S. is just crazy.
The Keystone. Yep.
Crazy.
Yep. That was like right away too.
Yeah.
That was like
literally
first on the agenda. Let's
fucking
shut this shit down.
Immediately. That increase. This is the thing that I really don't get. Also, and I know once again we're not fucking. I'm not an economicist. I don't even know what they're called. An economics professor. We'll just leave it at that.
I like economicists. That lets everyone know that we have no idea what we're talking about.
When you talk about increasing taxes on corporations, okay, what you're really doing is increasing the cost of everything. Where do you get your food from mostly? Publix, Walmart, whoever your local corporate, what do you want to call it? I guess an entity, big corporate supermarkets or whatever.
I'm not going to the fucking farmer's market.
When you raise their fucking taxes 10%, their prices are going to go up 10%, and they'll probably even fire 5% of their fucking staff just to keep saying, hey, we made even more money this year. We made even more money this year. Oh, look how we cut costs, even with the tax increase. You guys are fucking idiots.
Yeah,
the big corporations, unfortunately, own our fucking country, man. Like, it's just the truth of it.
100%. Yeah, that's a weird one for me too. Is like, with how things have been, these companies have maintained and even exceeded their profit percentages from 2020.
Yeah.
Think about that. When the world went crazy, companies were profiting more than they ever have been. And they've continued to maintain or exceed those profits. They're not eating any of it. They're not eating any cost. They're not eating any tax increase. It's all going to get passed to us, just like it fucking has been. Even with the whole shrinkflation thing. Have you heard of this? The shrinkflation, where they're giving us smaller portions in the same package size, so it looks the same.
Charging us more.
A less of like a net weight or less fluid ounces, right, of something, and charging more for it. So they're exceeding those profits. I mean, me and you won't get into details, but we work for a large corporation that is, you could say price gouged. I won't go that far, but just has maintained an extremely high profit margin throughout all these highs and lows. They're not eating any of it. They're not taking any of this on the chin. The world is not the same place it used to be, right? Where companies just wanted to turn a profit, a solid profit, but ultimately wanted to take care of their customers and take care of their employees, right? It was kind of like the unspoken rules of engagement with business, was that you wanted to be a place that people wanted to work. You wanted to be a place that people wanted to work for like a long time, right? Make a career there. Those are your most valuable employees, the people that have been there the longest, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted to take care of their customers. They wanted to be someone that would have repeat business. You know what? No, they did the right thing. I'm going to choose this brand over this brand because they're all right with me. My opinion of them is higher than this other guy. None of that matters. Nope. All of that is out the fucking window.
It's all about the green,
because especially because of us as the consumers.
Yeah.
The way that we've just been totally complacent in all of this. Now people are starting to speak out now that their fucking savings accounts are drained and they're running out of their credit limits. They can't make their fucking credit card payments anymore. Now everybody wants to speak out 4 fucking years later and say, hey, wait, this is bullshit. You needed to speak out 4 fucking years ago. Now it's too late. You've already done it. They're going to continue to act that way. They're going to continue to never, ever, ever eat any of this loss. They're going to pass it on to you, the consumer. and we're going to be constantly in this cycle of continuously getting fucked. It's not price gouging. It's everything costs more.
It's
and
market.
they're
It's
sending that
market.
down to
It's
you.
essentially market manipulation, almost to an
100%.
extent. I mean, it's just,
100%.
and there's really nothing that we can do. I mean, we see it every day. You know, they had a good excuse when you know they shut down the pipeline and diesel and gas just shot to the goddamn roof. I mean, literally overnight went from like $3.50 to like $5 for diesel and like probably like $4.50 for gas, and that wasn't even the peak. I think it went up to $5 for gas and $6 for diesel. I was fucking crying every time I had to fill up. It was terrible, but they had a reason
really
then.
no good excuse.
No,
Yeah,
they had a reason to adjust prices. By all means, at that point, we just know, hey, it's kind of fucked right now. This is going to be a hard, next 4 to 6 months. The prices are down. The prices are down. Transportation costs are down. And we're still just getting skull fucked for everything. The food is just still going up in price. And that was the main one that they said was infected by transportation fees. It's still going up in price. How many times do we go to fucking lunch somewhere and the fucking menus change 3 goddamn times in the last 6 months and everything's gone up 30%?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
I'm not, again, it is, like you said, in a sense, a corporate takeover. Like, they have taken the reins. No one is stopping them. No one is checking them. And unfortunately, it is kind of, it's kind of due to capitalism. The way, unfortunately, again, I don't think capitalism is inherently evil. I'm definitely not a goddamn commie or a socialist. But everything has to have
it can be exploited. It can be exploited.
It's the easiest one to exploit.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say that because obviously if you're like in a socialist government or communist government, if you're at the top, you can do whatever the fuck you want because you'll kill the guy who tries to stop you.
Exactly.
So that's bad. But I just mean, like, as far as capitalism, there's so many loopholes, and we incentivize these big businesses past a certain point that it'll never stop. Like, really, you get to these kind of conversations, and you kind of start to hit that wall of, like, it's lost. It's not, can it ever come back? Can it ever be like it was? And I feel like a lot of the time the answer to that is no. And that's depressing in a way.
The cat's out of the bag, man. The cat's out of the bag.
Cat's out of the bag.
You ain't getting it back in, dude.
Corporations have taken over. And honestly, now it's even up for debate whether we even have honest elections anymore. I mean, let's see how this goes. I constantly hear how Kamala's ahead in the polls, and I don't believe
I don't believe it.
Just don't.
I would say,
and I'm trying not to have the Trump blinders on, but I don't fucking believe it.
I agree with you, dude. I'd say 9 out of the 10 people that I come across a day, or that I even know, even people who voted for Biden in 2020, I have not heard them say one positive thing about Kamala or Biden.
No.
And if you're one of those idiots and you're believing what fucking Kamala is saying about, that wasn't really my idea, that was Biden's. The motherfucker has been... Go watch the fucking film, dude. Go watch the film. It's documented. He has not had a grip. If you think that she wasn't calling these shots, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Sorry to our one viewer in here.
At least was lucid while the shots were being called. I mean, at the very least, I don't know if she was calling the shots either, because to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think she can. Do you know what I mean? I don't think things would be as okay as they are right now if she was. I'm just being honest. I really do think she's completely incompetent. At the very, very least, Biden was a long-time politician. He's been in politics his whole friggin' life. Like, I don't know if he's actually ever had a career outside of politics.
I don't think he has. Not since he was
really,
like
he's
30.
a lifelong politician. So at the very least, with his very minimal capacity, he at least knows politics. It's the only fucking thing he's ever done, right? This girl kind of came on the scene randomly not that long ago and has never even authored a bill. I mean, there's nothing there. She was what, the attorney general for, not the attorney general, the help me out here.
Prosecutor. She was
the prosecutor for the state of California for a couple years. I mean, again, I'm not extensive on her background, but there's not much there. I know that.
She was in a fucking throuple with Montel Williams.
Yeah, don't
That's
forget that.
That's who you fucking idiots are talking about voting for. Which honestly, is as
even the billionaire playboy, right? As they want to sell Trump off to be this billionaire douchebag, was never in a throuple.
Dude.
Was never in a throuple.
But he wasn't there the night his son was born. He was too busy having sex with Stormy Daniels, according to fucking Joe Biden.
Barron?
One of them.
Is that?
It would have
really
to. I think it would have to be
Barron's
Barron.
his youngest son. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have to be Barron. That's what he said during the debate.
Wow. I missed that.
I'm sorry if I'm absent.
No, you're fine, buddy.
I'm trying to
so funny.
Figure out how old Joe Biden was when he joined.
When he started?
Politics.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know he went to school. You know, he did all the, extensive stuff with college. I mean, I watched like a documentary on him the other day. I was genuinely interested. And, it's like, I don't think, again,
he was 20. Dude, he was 26.
Wow. I mean, imagine though.
Oh,
I mean, he must have been mature because seriously. And everybody who sits here and watches this, what were you doing when you were 26? I mean, really. I'm assuming.
Same thing I'm doing now.
I was gonna say. Well, I'm assuming we're gonna have absolutely zero fucking women viewers. But what were you doing when you were 26? Trying to chase pussy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was pretty much the. Let's go out, get fucked up, chase girls. Like, really, what was your...
If you think prime Joe Biden wasn't crushing it back in 68, dude, you're crazy.
I don't know.
He was chasing it, too.
Shit. I've heard a lot of fucked up shit about him, too, though. And I don't know how much of it's true.
Their whole family is just fucking weird, man. The Hunter, first of all...
an odd situation with
Hunter's openly... like a meth addict. Like there's so many videos, or not meth, but crack addict. There's so many videos of him smoking crack that he videoed himself doing it.
Which is really weird because I didn't realize crack was still like mainstream like that. Thought that was like an 80s, 90s thing, and then it kind of fizzled itself out.
I think you get hooked on cocaine, and then at that point you're just taking whatever's cheaper. It's
the escalation for sure. Yeah,
but it's just wild. He was fucking his dead brother's ex-wife.
Yeah,
like what?
It's a bad look, bro. It's a bad look, dude.
And like I know, it's not Biden. I mean,
it happens, but like,
dude, if your kid's that big of a piece of shit, I'm gonna look at you a little like.
I know.
Did you do a good job raising him? Really?
Well, and at what point? At what point do you just keep bringing this dude around?
Good God, dude.
Oh, like them finding the coke in the White House bathroom? Hilarious. Let's all pretend we have no idea who that was.
It was probably I had me and my brother Crossland. We talked about this on our old podcast, and some idiot fucking lib goes, "It was probably Trump's. It's probably Trump's or Melania's." It's definitely not
there. While Biden was in office, what's he just visiting the White House to check in on shit? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, first of all, that was what I wanted to say. Is logistically speaking, obviously, this is not something from 5 years ago that they just found. Okay,
I sure fucking hope not.
Yeah,
dude. I'll tell you this: after that whole debacle with Trump and the fucking
Secret Security,
Service,
yeah.
Maybe.
There's probably a box of anthrax somewhere meant for fucking Ronald Reagan, just chilling. Yeah. Just fucking chilling, dude.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's funny. Again, it's fucking wow. It's a wild time to be alive. You know what? It's at least entertaining.
God damn it.
We're just watching the shit show, buddy.
Well, that's my thing. It is entertaining, but who are you getting your sources from? Is not like you specifically. If you're your average, I don't even trust Fox all the times. I know they exaggerate things.
Me neither.
But CNN is just so like if I have to compare the two, like I said, not a big Fox guy. They're close, but CNN takes a fucking cake, dude. They say the most just blatant bullshit. Blatant bullshit. The don't say gay thing for Florida for Ron DeSantis that got completely blown up. And I'm not even a huge DeSantis fan anymore, but I'll stick up for him on this. That wasn't real. That wasn't real. The bill was literally about not forcing kids to learn about the LGBTQ while, I think, what was it, before they were 12 or something like that?
I mean, literally, they said the bill was you can't say gay. You can't talk about gay people in school
Dude,
or
let me
you'll
tell you
be
what.
charged. It's a law.
If that bill was
Who believe
passed,
that?
if that bill
You got
was
the First
passed
Amendment.
when I was in elementary school, dude, I would have been in trouble because I was calling
We would've
kids
been in
gay
big
all
trouble,
the
dude.
time, dude. That's fucking gay. Those
Yeah.
light up sneakers you got, those are gay, dude. Would have had my ass in
Yeah,
handcuffs.
or the not to say anything specific, but the thing with Joe Rogan, again, blatantly lying, taking something that everybody sitting in the room knows is a lie and projecting it for the world to see. Blatant, and they never even apologized. They never even cared.
What thing with Joe Rogan? What was it?
But you can't say the word.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that's what I thought you were talking about.
The medication that Mr. Rogan was prescribed by a doctor, then saying, "Oh,
You're getting too specific. They're going to shut us
it's
down.
for animals." Yep, we're done.
We're
All
done.
right, well, it was fun, guys. We'll see. Yeah, but I mean, really, the fact that me and you have to watch what we say, I can't say the name of the medication
Dude,
or it might get flagged, is fucking
Well,
wild.
that's what and what's crazy. You know what? If they did that during COVID, prime COVID, I'd say like, okay, I kind of get your vigilant stance on misinformation.
4
That's
years
not
later,
even 4 years later. You're gonna hit me with a fucking warning for saying the I word.
Yeah.
Really?
The I word.
The I word. The I word. It's
So
you
crazy, bro.
You can go on YouTube and say heinous things about Jews and black people and drop hard R. Yeah, you can do whatever you want on YouTube. They really don't care. But God forbid you drop that word, they'll fucking give you a warning. Hey, if you do that again, we're gonna take your fucking whole account away from you.
It is wild. You cannot tell me that with this illness that everybody caught 4 years ago, that there's not something fucking weird going on. When 4 years later, you still can't say Corona Light, right? A wonderful beer that's brewed in bottled in Chicago.
I love Corona. I drink 19 Coronas all the time, dude.
19 Coronas, yeah. But I mean, again, we're having fun with the wordplay here. But again, the fact that we can't openly talk about that, right? For fear, we're fucking nobody. But like, if we were a bigger podcast that was monetized with, active viewers, we would get that episode pulled. We'd get that episode flagged.
And not just that, you would honestly.
There's not a cover up going on.
They're probably shadow banning too. I would be surprised.
Yeah, I've heard that's like how they operate now.
Well, they did it with GunTubers. It's very hard to find videos of GunTubers, and GunTubers, for those of you who don't know, are people on YouTube who specifically post gun content, Second Amendment related content. They make those videos as hard as possible to find. It's crazy.
Which is real. Because most that you watch, I know there was a couple, like that kid back in the day, FPS Russia.
Yeah.
He was a little wild. He was a little loose with it. And there was actually a whole thing with that. And
he was
I don't know enough about it.
He was selling drugs.
I don't know enough about it. Well, and he also did not have a license for like most of those guns. So he actually got in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
Like, he didn't have a class 3 license at all.
What brought them there was like one of his like close friends just like kind of mysteriously died under weird circumstances, and it just kind of just got
Yeah, there was a lot of weird, but I mean, that was like, to me anyway, for my generation, early YouTube, that was like the first like viral gun tube.
Oh yeah.
That was like, you know what I mean? And from there on, everybody kind of took his example of what not to do and being crazy and like giving out the safety warnings and being really, really strict about gun safety. Now you go watch a gun tuber, it's almost cheesy how like far out of their way they go to like emphasize safety, emphasize nonviolence and like nonviolent solutions, and like here, you know what I mean? Like it's, and they're still, like you're saying, getting shadow banned to a point just simply because they're talking about guns, just simply because they're talking about a hot topic subject. That's it. You get, again, me and you have to tiptoe around the fucking 19 Coronas and fucking the I word because we could potentially get this episode pulled in the future or something like that. What's going on? Like, why are we allowing this? It's like the famous fucking this bumper sticker with George Washington says, "Me and my boys would have been stacking bodies by now." What are we doing? Why are we just allowing all of this to continuously happen to us?
Once again, another big corporation calling the shots, suppressing our rights.
That's right.
Nobody
And who
bats a
owns,
fucking eye.
Google owns YouTube, right?
Yep. I believe so now, yeah. That's why it's all interlinked.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see.
Which is crazy. You're talking about
what do
two
you-
American companies, you know? That's
Yeah.
wild to me.
I know. What the fuck? Again, even like that's actually a really great point. If it was a European company or something like that, I could see that.
Yeah.
Sure. But you're American. What are you doing? Why
Yeah.
are you suppressing people's right to speech? And again, I get it. Can't have neo-Nazis on YouTube talking about the Fourth Reich.
But
That's
you
a little,
but
that's
you
a little
really
crazy.
but you really can. But you really can. That's
I
what's
mean, if you want to, right? That's what I'm saying. If you want to go full hard fucking press spectrum in America, that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
No, we don't have to believe you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have to be forced into that. You can be crazy over there and as loud as you want to be, as long as you're not hurting anybody, right? But I just mean the specific rhetoric of like, I hate this race. They all should die. I get that. That's a little wild. It's a little inappropriate to have that on again, this is a private, or well, it's a publicly traded company, but you know what I mean? It's a company that is owned by other people that are allowing content on there. I do understand that. I do get that. But again, there needs to be a clear line in the sand of like what is actually inciting violence and what is simply just a tool or something that's being talked about.
Or opinion. Yeah, exactly. It's just ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, talking about like social media and big companies, dude. What do you think about that shit with the Zuckerberg, and talking about how he gave this like open statement, I believe, on X about that the government did
they
ask
paid
him to suppress.
Yeah.
I don't know if payment was made or anything. I don't know if that was mentioned.
Well, maybe not
specifically.
paid.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some incentive there.
Yeah.
But just simply that that was a real thing.
Yeah.
We all said it. We were all crazy conspiracy theorists for saying that. Like you're talking about shadow banning. Of course they shadow ban right-leaning channels over left-leaning channels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like there it is, right there.
Dude,
why would he lie?
Why
would he just say that for no reason?
There's
You know
literally a YouTube channel that is a member of the LGBTQ community. And I don't know, I can't remember what along the lines the name of it was, but his whole thing was like, don't tell your parents you're watching this, but I'm going to teach you all about the ins and outs of trans people and gay people. And I'm going to, and it was like weird shit, man. Weird shit. And he was putting on his channel, right, that he made content specifically for kids. And that was fine. That was fine. It was educational purposes for kids. Didn't get in any trouble for that. His whole thing was that he even said in his videos, hey, don't tell your parents. You know, if your parents aren't nice about this stuff, don't tell them about it. It'll just be me and you's little secret. That's as close as you can get to some pedophile shit. Like, honestly, they were fine with that. But God forbid you reload a gun while showing a fucking video, you're getting hit. God forbid you say the I word, you're getting fucking hit.
You're getting hit. Yeah. Well, and there it is. You know, I don't know. That to me though was crazy. I mean, I know a lot of the people we talked to all kind of, it's common knowledge amongst us, right? But like for something to actually come out in the open, yes, I was suppressing posts. I was suppressing political content that had anything to do with like Republican or right leaning. Okay, again, and even with all of that, no one cares.
It's
No one's
manipulation.
doing anything about it. It's not even really being talked about. It was talked about for 5 fucking minutes in the internet, in internet time, right? For 5 fucking minutes, and then everybody was just back to, oh, did you see Trump said something about eating cats and dogs? It's like the simplest thing is what catches people's eye. But then when important shit like that comes out, they are suppressing your speech. They are suppressing your ideological views. Care. No one does. And that's why I say, we're just watching it burn, baby. You know? We're just commentating on the flames at this point.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like we said earlier, I mean, what can we do? We're going to have another revolution? Probably not. No. Way too many people, way too comfortable? Probably not.
No.
I mean, at this point, our best bet is just to hope for some sort of stabilization, whether it be economically or even a consistent government of, like if we had fucking 4 or 5 back-to-back won elections on our side, dude, the red, I think things could be great. If you gave us fucking 3 or 4 presidencies back-to-back-to-back, give us some time to really actually fix things and be normal again. But other than that, I don't, and that's probably not ever going to happen. Let's be honest here. That's few and far between.
It won't.
Yeah.
It won't. Again, I'm under the impression, and it's my opinion, that the 2020 election was messed with. I don't know if it was straight up stolen. I don't know if it was straight up like, they actually added the exact amount of votes he needed to win. I don't know that.
I'm open to the idea.
But I'm telling you, there was absolutely something weird about it with all the mail-in ballots and the last-minute surge. Go look at it. I don't have to fucking pretend it's my idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not you, but I'm saying
the
anyone.
people.
Go look at it. Yeah, the straight-up last-minute in the middle of the night surge of all the ballots. I guess they just forgot to count. I mean, explain that one, right? I do believe in my heart of hearts, if they stole it once and totally got away with it, and criminally charged the guy who said out loud, "Hey, something's fishy about this. We should investigate this." Charge him. He got that case thrown out. But still, the fact that they charged him, nothing was ever done. Anybody who talks about it now, you're a nut. Come on, let it go. Trump won, let it go. It's the fact that we're at that point now, right? Why would we ever go back? Why would, if you can rig the World Series every fucking year and totally get away with it, and somebody points the finger at you and they say you're crazy, anybody who points the finger at you, you're crazy.
Immediately
they're just
silenced,
really good.
Blacklisted.
Why would you ever stop?
No.
Why would you ever stop?
My thing is, man, I'm open to it. I don't think anyone has came with real hard proof. And I'm not saying that as far as like that's what I need to believe, but I'm saying in order to spark some realization in people, that is what you need. And even then, sometimes we get it, and these ignorant ass people just completely overlook it just so they feel better about themselves and their views. But for someone to straight up, the second someone tells me that there's no way that an election with the most mail-in ballots ever by probably 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000%, right? Really? Like, you don't even think there's a possibility of someone losing a ballot? That's technically tampered fucking election. One vote not being counted is technically a tampered election.
Right.
Something, whether it was malicious or not. You're telling me that millions upon millions,
yes.
There was no mistake? These people had to hand count these? They didn't put them through a fucking scanner. They had to hand count them. You're telling me that they...
in multiple counties. Yeah.
You're telling me
like
that these...
major...
Bro, I couldn't handpick 10 people in Walmart that could probably read a fucking, I don't even know, 10 pages of a fucking kid's book. How are you going to tell me that you hand selected an elite group of people in every fucking, counter in the or in the nation to go through these and make sure everything was 100% right, who didn't have any sort of political affiliation, with either side? You're crazy. It's not possible. It's not real.
It's a ridiculous.
My dumbass. If I was out there counting them, dude, I might see one and be like, "Oh, fuck it. This guy's a pussy, dude. I'm fucking."
Yeah, again, yes. To pretend that everybody in there is perfect. They would never do that. With the amount of hate that was on Trump, right? The amount of charged up people. I've never seen that before. I haven't been through that many elections, but I'm a big history guy, and I can't tell you if there's really genuinely ever been a more contentious election.
No.
Even than 2016. 2016, I feel like everybody hated Trump but didn't really take him seriously, right? Was like, there's no way he'll win. And even us, I remember, I voted, I wanted to vote for Trump, but at the same point, I remember me and my wife having the conversation of kind of feeling defeated of like, yeah, he's not going to win. You know what I mean? But let's vote for him anyway. Like that, I feel like that was kind of the general vibe of like, I don't think he's going to win, but let's just go vote anyway, right? But 2020 had to have been the most contentious election that I can possibly think of. Again, I'm a big history guy. I can't think of any other time. And you're telling me that everybody was perfectly honest, not a single mistake was made, no one messed anything up, no one had malicious intent or did anything to rig with anything. Bullshit. And the fact that they're so confident about that and act like you're so ridiculous for even asking the question. Come on.
You're talking
We know
about
people.
you're talking about a time where if you wore a MAGA hat, you were liable to be attacked, to be not just, verbally, but physically. People were getting jumped for wearing fucking Trump hats.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're going
Yes.
to tell me that not one of these people counting these mail-in votes were a little bit left-leaning or a little crazy,
Not
or dare
one.
I say even just actual assholes who are just so anti-Trump that they just said, fuck it, I'm tossing this one out.
I mean, again, that side has shown us more proof than we need to know that they'll do whatever it takes. Again, I go back to the holding Trump's severed head just before he was even ever elected. I mean, that much hate. It's weird. The Trump derangement syndrome is like, it's becoming
It's a real
more and
thing.
more real. Like, it is weird. At all costs, no matter what, he's the most evil person who's ever lived. And you can't show me one fucking shred of proof. I heard the other day, forget what I was watching, it doesn't matter. I heard the other day that there is actually a large group of people that genuinely believe he's a rapist. Like that he's raped multiple girls. What? When did that start? I don't remember hearing that. Like, they're just, I don't know. Again, we're kind of beating a dead horse with it, but it's like, I'll never understand the level of hate that this guy gets with no evidence. Where is it? Yes, he said the thing, right? Oh, yeah, you could grab him by the pussy. They won't care. All right. Is that presidential talk? No. But come on. Like, really, you think guys like Lyndon Johnson and JFK didn't talk about that in private? They just weren't mic'd up. You know what I mean? Like, come on, stop it.
You don't think
like,
Bill Clinton talked dirty to Monica Lewinsky, dude, while he's getting BJs under the fucking presidential table,
you don't
or whatever
think
you call
he's
it?
ever called them fucking cigar holders? You know what I mean? Come on, guys. You know, I'm just saying, it is ridiculous. It's really silly. But yeah, we actually we've hit an hour.
Yeah, we're at hour 12 right now on live. It felt good. This feels like a good amount of time.
We're flowing. Yeah. I know. I remember us saying that before we started this, that was going to be like, we were kind of nervous, what are we going to talk about, whatever. But like, that was like, I think the hardest thing for us is going to be keeping it to an hour. So, but it's good. We let it flow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's feeling good, man.
Absolutely.
We'll be pumping these out. We'll be moving.
We will.
And we got the Instagram too. I don't know, again, if one of you Reddit dwelling booger eaters actually finds this first episode.
Mouth breathers.
Hopefully you've already mouth breathers. I know, I was going to say, if we ever start like a corporation, or if we incorporate this.
Mouth breathers LLC.
Yeah, I love that, dude. That's our people. That is
our people.
Mouth breathers unite, man. That's who we are. I mean, you listen to the dumb shit we say, and it's like, it's sad that I genuinely feel like guys like us are the voice of reason right now, Grant. What's going on?
Dark times are ahead of us, brother. Dark times are ahead of us.
Dark times, guys. Oh, shit. Well,
that's all, guys. I got to go to my local pond and grab some ducks. I'm real hungry right now. Got to get some dinner in. Been talking about duck all day, dude. I'm going to go steal some ducks.
I'm going to go find some stray cats down there at the Fisherman's Village.
All right. Well, you guys all have a
brother.
good night. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And give us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever we got this on. We'd appreciate it.
Yep. Check us out on Instagram, Brackish_Bandits.
Yep.
We'll be posting some sweet memes.
Great memes. Fire memes. They will be approved by both of us. That's our thing.
Right.
It's got to be checked off by both. Get the seal, the signature, everything, and fire it out there, baby. Peace.
All right. Suit.